Today we're going to look at this stone lion. I'm doing it as part of a giveaway because I was running a little contest on my Facebook post, and this sketch is going to go to the lucky winner. I will put in the description a link to the photograph so that you can also attempt to sketch it. If you have been on my channel long enough, you know that stone guardian like these are very attractive to me, and I really can't help myself when I see it. I'll take photographs, and then eventually you'll find a way to sketch it. Anyway, I want to thank those who participated in the Facebook little event that I run. It gave me an opportunity to sort of test my new model. I am thinking I would do some official work for certain brands and so on. So I was testing the idea that I could be a social influencer, and by running some maybe prizes, giveaway, that kind of stuff. If you have not seen my Facebook stories, I will put a link to my Facebook stories on Penang in the description as well. I spent quite a bit of time not sketching, but actually trying to hone my skills in writing and in telling stories, capturing emotions and my travel in the style of, let's say, British travelogue. I must say that I had a lot of fun writing, and I had pretty good comments from people as well. So anyway, check it out if you have not seen it. Back to the sketching, I must say that the sketch here is not very complicated. I think it's gonna be a sort of front lit stone guardian with a lot of light on the surface that's hitting the sunlight, and then I would probably do a dark background of sorts to make the statue pop, or maybe part of it. Let's see. Anyway, it's going to be fun just to splash some colors, as I haven't really been sketching, so this is very rusty WeTech sketching at the moment. I must say that Facebook is now my go-to for my writing, because I realized that a lot of people have exited Facebook. At least the younger generation have exited Facebook. But it also gives me the opportunity to use it, because I realized that it's not a popular medium for people to read. So that's kind of oxymoron, and it's a bit of a contradiction. But the idea is this: if there are not many people reading it, then I'm not too worried about, let's say, privacy. So I'm quite happy to put it on public setting and let people read it. At least my followers will see it. And I think that's kind of good enough. So, getting about 50, 60 comments, likes is probably good enough for me. Any more, I probably might just switch it back to private, because I really don't want, my blow-by-blow account of my travel to be so public in that sense. Anyway. So, okay, the first layer is more or less done. You can see that I have started with shadow, or at least not the darkest shadow. This is probably somewhat of a light shadow of the stone guardian. You could see that I've laid down the shadow, and then I'm putting in the reds, because I think it's kind of important to make sure the red pops where the sun hits it. And I'm going to go in with a bit more of a light wash, just to give it a bit of a two-tone shadows, if you like, or it creates a bit of a form or three-dimensional structure to the sketched. Do remember that at the end of the day, you're trying to create a three-dimensional form on a two-dimensional piece of paper, right? So the tools that you have would be to create shadows or to create gradation, multiple layers if you can, but too many layers just create a lot of work. So 2-3 layers probably is the most you do. So as I keep laying on layers and texturing and so on, and maybe even drawing some lines, the whole idea is really just to create the three-dimensional form, basically, right? So now I'm ready to put in some of the yellows. There's lemon yellow, there's new gamboge, a bit of cadmium yellow thrown into it, just to give it a sense of even within the small patch of yellow, there's a bit of texture in it. And of course, where the left paw of the lion is on a ball, it signifies it's most likely a male, right? Usually in the Chinese culture, the male play with the ball, and then the female gets a little puppy or cup, tag on near the paw. So I'm ready to throw in a lot more darks. As you can see, the darks are where so in this case, the darks consist of neutral tint with a bit of permanent alizarin crimson thrown in, maybe a bit of blue as well, which is French ultramarine. The whole idea is to create a much darker value, and that really makes the sketch pop. It could be a bit too contrasty at this point. I'll have to soften it, as you'll see. I'll try my best to kind of soften some part of it. But in any case, I thought the lines are not strong enough, so I went in with a bit of my inking and used ink to sort of draw a bit of the line. It's not drawing over the entire stone guardian, but it's selective in the sense where I want it strengthened, and it's also a bit more scratchy in the way I do it. It's basically just kind of go over with broken lines, if you like. I think some of the sketches that I've done in the past also take the same sort of approach. Pencil line, watercolor, and then pen ink over it. Oftentimes the ink and wash is really just inking and then just watercolor on top. But who's to say that you couldn't really change the recipe around, having inking as a last resort, or even inking last. I mean, in art, really, it's oftentimes you have various opportunity to break the rules, and the whole idea is really just to get it to a sense of where you want it, and you don't really have to be so constrained by the recipe itself. So just remember, have fun, play with it, and change the recipe however you want, as long as the results it's kind of in the ballpark, and you enjoy the process. Think in terms of the process that you are going through, and just play with it. As you can see, it's the structure kind of work because I've got the darkest dark, I've got some of the lines, and I've got some of the outline quite strongly defined. My only task now is to make sure it doesn't look too cartoony or too illustrative, and I'm gonna go in with a bit of a light wash to give it a bit more I guess form is the word I'll use, but the whole idea is to just make it look less ghastly, and kind of just wash over a little bit of the mistake I've made. So I put in the Chinese word. I don't really know all the words. There's wind and there's rain, the first and third word, and the rest I think I could probably make it up if I could go look up the dictionary. My Mandarin is not that strong, unfortunately. Anyway, it's interesting because I seldom see Chinese lettering or characters on a stone guardian like this, so this is a little bit unique. The yellows, I'm going in with a bit of cadmium to top it up. Cadmiums are pretty much like I would say diamonds. You don't really want to make it too ghastly, right? Okay, so the contrast between the foreground and the background is a little bit too not sufficient, I suppose. So I went in with a bit more stronger background, and if you look at the photo, there is a bit of that. So I'm actually kind of copying reality, but I'm using it to my advantage by dumping in whatever colors I see now. I'm just splashing cadmium yellow, cadmium orange on a very wet mix, and hopefully that diffuse enough to give it a bit of a blur background, and hence making the front, which is very sharp and nice, pop. Alright, so I think that's it. This pretty much the end of this video for this week. I hope you enjoy it, and you might even want to try it. The link is in the description below. Hope you stay safe wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll be posting the winner of the one who get this sketched. Stay tuned. Bye for now.